Hello everybody, I'm idatheone and welcome back to another speed build in my Renovating Newcrest series. So today we're building a cafe slash park in the same neighborhood as you saw me build the gym last time. If you haven't watched that video, you can go check it out. I'll leave a link to it on the screen right now. Or in the description, I'll probably link the playlist to this Renovating Newcrest series. But the lot we're building on today is the Midtown Meadows lot, and I renamed it Midtown Meadows Cafe. I'm trying to be pretty simple with the name so it's easier for people to figure out where to place them if they decide to just download it all from the gallery. So most of them I just keep the name that it already has, or I'll just add a little cafe or gym at the end to make it a bit more easier for people. And I decided on building a cafe. I couldn't really figure out if I wanted to add a park or a cafe. I didn't have either planned for this world or save that I'm renovating, and I kind of like both lot types, but I feel a lot of the lots are too big for a cafe because in my mind they're pretty small. So I decided to mix them both up, have a little cafe with a huge park, which I feel is pretty common in the real world. So you could change the lot type to a park if you'd prefer, but I like having both the option of going to the cafe, ordering some coffee or pastries, and then going into the park, sitting at like a picnic table if you want to enjoy it there. There's also like a lake right next to the lot so your Sims can go fishing. I decided to add a bunch of activities that you'll see later on in the video, so you can have so many things to do here if you decide to visit. And the smart thing about it being a cafe is that you're not forced to order anything, so if you just want to go there to hang out in the park, sure, go ahead. You can do that without spending money on a coffee. But speaking about the build, right now I'm doing the interior for the cafe. I decided to add this like high bar table where you can sit with your computer and do some work, or you can sit at these smaller glass tables and enjoy coffee with someone. And as I mentioned in my last build video, I do like to make my Sims builds very realistic, but for the cafe I decided not to add a staff room. I did that last time I built a cafe, and I just found that in gameplay it's very annoying because your Sims will keep going in there to have their coffee or drink, and you don't want them to be in the staff room when they're visiting the cafe and don't work there. So I decided not to add that for this build, and I think it's okay. In the end, I'll always value gameplay over realism in The Sims, so that's fine. But I just added a bunch of clutter in here, some plates and cups everywhere for them to do the dishes and take from when they're doing their orders, just to make it a bit more realistic, even though we don't have a staff room anymore. But as of recording this, the gameplay trailer for Adventure Awaits just came out, and I'm like so surprised by it because one of my favorite actors and comedians, Rhys Darby, did the voiceover for it, and he's like playing the imaginary friend in it. Please go watch it if you haven't already so you know what I'm talking about. But I was like, wait, is that Rhys Darby? I was so confused at first. I'm like, where do I recognize that voice from? It's so funny. But yeah, I'm kind of sad I didn't record my reaction because it would have been really funny if you guys had seen it. I just completely forgot that it was coming out. I've been so busy with my studies this past week, and I haven't really gotten around to recording any YouTube videos really. I have been working on my 100 subscriber special, but it's taking forever to record, so I decided to just make this speed build just to get some content out for you guys. Also, I'm just really excited to continue building in this Newcrest save file. But speaking of the new pack, I will have to go back and change up the gym as I mentioned in the last video, because I want to add the spinning machines with spin machines as well as the free weights in there, because I want all the gym equipment. I'm so excited to get more, even though I feel like the release of this pack is way too soon. Like, they should have focused on fixing the game first. I feel like we just got Enchanted by Nature, and I don't think there's like enough time to really savor all the new content that we're getting. I just feel like we're being bombarded with content and having to spend money all the time. Kind of stressed out about it, to be honest, but I am actually quite excited for the pack, and it does look like we can do hotels. They mentioned like bed and breakfast in the gameplay trailer. I'm cautiously excited about it, I think is the right word for it. It kind of looks like we can do hotels, but not really. Not as like we did in The Sims 3 at least, but We'll see. I'm excited to see how far you can actually push the boundaries of this pack. Also, the like game show Love Island stuff seems pretty exciting to me. I haven't ever done that type of gameplay, but I know it's a very popular video to do for people, and I think a lot of people enjoy that type of gameplay. So it's cool that they're including it for those players. But anyway, that's the end of my Adventured Weights rant. I just wanted to get it out there since I'm not doing a trailer reaction or any like commentary on it. But back to the build. I'm using landscaping that's like around in this neighborhood, as I usually tend to do. I just look at like the flowers that are nearby the road, and I use those to line the paths in here, as well as the ones that are near like the lake. They're more simple and less curated, so I put those like scattered underneath the trees and in some of the flower beds around. I think it just makes it blend more in with whatever neighborhood you use. I also really love that they're like palm trees in this temperate-ish climate. At least that's how I see it in my mind. But yeah, I like including the palm trees. It makes it feel pretty nice in here and kind of different to some of the other worlds at least. But as mentioned, I tried to add a bunch of different activities around the park. Here you see me adding some chess tables. We have the picnic blankets where you can woohoo. We have some benches where you can watch the stars. What else did I add? I added the monkey bars, so if you bring your kids, they can go there and train their motor skills. And as mentioned, there's that fishing pond right next to it if you want to go catch some fish as well. And here I go in and add a bunch of lights to the lots, and I bring these fairy lights in, or string lights, and I think they add a really nice vibe to the entire place. And they kind of remind me of some of like the cafes and restaurants where they'll have a terrace that's covered in fairy lights. I thought that would be kind of cool to just include them around. Here I'm adding some more like fake picnic blankets and some stuff around. But yeah, that's honestly about it for this build. And I think it turned out really nicely, so let's go have a look at it in the game. Alright, so this is what the lot looks like, and you can see it matches pretty well in with all the other buildings that I built in here. I think it's so nice to finally have like a park over here and have this lot fill out. It's so funny how full the neighborhoods looks once you actually start putting buildings down here. And I'm not used to it, because Newcrest is always empty. And as I mentioned in the last video, I've never really done this before. So yeah, it's so nice just seeing how all of it is coming together. Let's get started with this tour. I want to tour the cafe first. So this is what it looks like from the outside. And then if we go in here, I have a bunch of tables outside where you can sit and enjoy your coffee, or inside. Here's that desk I mentioned where you can use the computer to study or do some work. Have all the clutter items here behind the bar. So it's a place to put all your waste. Honestly, this would be a super nice spot to come work from home if you have that. And in here is just a really simple toilet with some fancy soap. This would definitely be like an Aesop. Looking at the park outside, we have some sprinklers over here if you want to go play in them with your kids. Over here, there's also another path with a bunch of benches, and we have all the string lights around here. I just think the vibes down here are really nice. Like, imagine going through this, especially at like nighttime, it would be super cute. But following along this path, we have this like little picnic area. I also add this little cart and some pillows. And next to it are the monkey bars. So I imagine like the parents being here enjoying their picnic, and then the children can play around over here. There's also another picnic blanket, as well as this little fire pit where you can do some marshmallows. Over here is the chess tables, as well as a little fountain. Honestly, that's about it for the lot. Over here we also have that pond that I mentioned. I don't know if you can really see it in the video, but you can just follow this path and go over there and fish. Let me show you it in nighttime, because I think it looks really cool with all the lights in here. Like, especially this part back here. So nice. You can also see the rest of the neighborhood all lit up. It's super cute. We just need one more build over here, and then we're finished with this neighborhood. So as mentioned in the last video, this is more of a modern neighborhood, and then we're gonna do some different styles for the other two remaining ones. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the speed build, and that you'll subscribe to this channel if you want to follow along with this series and seeing it all come together in the end. I'm personally really excited to see how it all turns out. But that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!